Taking a look at our Savannah cam over the city market, things are fine, but cloud coverage is starting to increase, and it has been a warm and quite humid one today. At the sensor there at Savannah Hilton International Airport, there is distant thunderstorm activity, but 92 feeling like 102. Quite a warm one and very light winds. Outside of that, it is a busy one on Viper radar. Last few hours, activity is really uptrended in the low country, especially, and this moving from north to south is going to eventually pulse up for a little bit longer in the coastal empire. First of all, south of Oak Level now, fairly potent storm there. Wind gusts possibly about 30 to 40 miles per hour, and that's heading out of the picture there. Watching near Pooler, could see an intersection of two rain-cooled air boundaries, as they call them, outflow boundaries, the official term. That may spark some storms up, especially along Highway 21, and also heavier rainfall now getting out of the city. The low country, though, has been the place to be for storm activity, with the most vigorous cell along Highway 601 in Jasper County along the Hampton County line. This is eventually going to slide southward. A lot of its activity is going to get you here if you're north of Port Wentworth and Rincon as well. Other than that, Hardeeville and out to Bluffton along I-278 is a busier spot, and out east of the islands, out east of Ladies Island there in Beaufort County, this is a bigger deal with some of these cells. But eventually this activity does pulse down, and most of this stays east of US 301, and while the coastal empire will be winning out, a lot of our inland spots will be wondering where the heck is the rain. 30% coverage of storms does eventually get out of the picture. Tonight it will be a warm and very muggy one with low temperatures in the mid and upper 70s for a lot of you. Starting off the day, 76 is the low temperature for the area. Area of disturbed weather offshore is continuing to basically just sit there as a very stagnant pattern is built in. High pressure centered over the Gulf. You do have plenty of moisture in play, but northerly winds do tend to limit our rain chances in terms of those widespread coverage events, so that will remain the status quo for now. Rain does taper off tonight. A very warm start for a lot of you. Mid 70s inland, upper 70s along the immediate coast, and it's going to feel very steamy out the door tomorrow. I'll caution you, temperatures will likely not be soaring into the upper 90s for a lot of the area, but for what it's worth, we will start to get showers and storms firing up, eventually pulsing inland, but more of this activity will continue to be known with heavy rainfall, maybe the threat for some flooding rain as well, but the winds with some of these cells could be intense, along with frequent lightning. Heat advisory for Montgomery and Toombs County, by the way, but everybody needs to stay hydrated too. Starting off Tuesday, again, warm and humid, becoming very hot and humid, but showers and storms, models do want to push it inland, but bottom line is the 40% coverage of storms is possible into the area. Now, the area of low pressure I mentioned has a 20% chance of development from the National Hurricane Center, and this area of disturbed weather will eventually develop and move west and move into the Gulf. That's where it has the potential to develop, and starting to get counterclockwise flow in this model guidance is suggesting that an area of low pressure will drift westward and try to develop, but not a strong signal for anything particularly, I'll say, menacing, heading towards not only our area but the Gulf Coast. That's going to become more of an issue in the longer term for, say, coastal Mississippi, Alabama, and the panhandle of Florida. 76 degrees tonight. These storms earlier will get out of the picture into the day tomorrow. You do look into another hot day and about 30% coverage or so of storms in the area. On our local waters, we do find winds developing out of the east by tomorrow afternoon, 2-foot seas, and we do have a midday high tide to look at as well. Storm chances returned for the week, 40% coverage just about each day from Tuesday on. Tomorrow is going to be another hot day, though, so do remember to stay hydrated, and if you're outdoors for an extended period of time, make sure you do have sunscreen on as well, and don't overexert out there.
Yeah, and I've pretty much just started packing a rain jacket and umbrella with me every day, no matter what I'm doing. So
yeah, it's always a must.
Yeah.